Hey guys, welcome back to another video with Lim Reviews. So in today's video, I'm trying out a new format. Basically, I have one smartphone recording me right here, and of course I have the camera here that you guys will be seeing from my angle. So in today's video, I'll be trying this new format, so please bear with me if it has a little bugs here and there. It's a bit different from normal, but yeah, I just wanted to try something new and share with you guys. So back to today's video topic, I will be talking about the differences between the latest Haylou LS02. The LS02 is the most recent smartwatch to be released by Haylou, as well as the established Haylou Solar. So a couple of you guys have been asking me like, what is the difference between both smartwatches? And today let me just share with you what I think. And I've been using this for almost a month. Oh wait. So I've been using the Solar for definitely more than a month now, and the LS02 for about almost a week or slightly more than a week. So we're going to see what's different between both devices and maybe help you out in your purchase decision. Okay, so before I start, I just want to let you know that both smartwatches cost me about $20 US, $20 to $25 US, depending on where you're from. The pricing will differ. So just to let you know, don't come back to me and say that where did I get the $20 price tag from. The main point here is that I got mine here from Malaysia. I used the Lazada shop and I got it for like 20 bucks. So pretty cheap, very affordable smartwatches here, and definitely suitable for any one of you who are just trying to enter the smartwatch game. Okay, so the main differences between the LS02 and the Solar right here is actually mainly its face, which is one square and the other one is circle. So if we just flip both boxes to the back, you'll notice here that we have a couple of basic specifications here. What you need to know is they both come with that same 24-hour heart rate sensor. It also tracks up to 12 different sport modes, and basically they're being advertised for having like very strong battery life. But one thing you need to know is that the Solar has a slightly better battery life at 30 days standby time compared to the LS02, which supposedly have only 20 days of standby time. Okay, enough of the boxes. Let me show you the watch itself. So okay, on the right we have the Solar, and on the left we have the latest LS02. So very obviously you can see right here that the Solar is in this round shape, and just so you know, it's nothing related to solar power here. It doesn't charge through the sunlight. It's just a very fancy name that Haylou has given to the Haylou Solar. So don't expect to find any like cool features about that. It's just a marketing gimmick, if you may. But yeah, it's a pretty cool name anyway. So the Haylou Solar here and the LS02. So from the front, I like both designs actually. They both look pretty good. I would say they give a very different kind of vibe. So this is the LS02 first. It looks more like an Apple Watch. It is a very slim device, and I like these materials that goes all around. I think it's like plastics here, definitely. It's a very lightweight watch, and the bands are actually very nice. So I did my first unboxing video already, and you can actually see more about this. We also have these very nice new straps at the back here. These are 20mm straps that are swappable. You can see the little latch at the back here, so very easy. Appreciate that very much, Haylou. And yeah, overall this is how it looks like. Very nice, simplistic. Moving on to the Haylou Solar, yeah, I know a lot of you guys have actually really loved this design here. It is the classic round design that you get, and of course the sides feel a bit more heavier. It feels like a more premium watch compared to the LS02. So definitely a bit of a difference in materials here. It feels slightly heavier like I mentioned, and the materials definitely feels a bit more solid compared to the LS02. So let me just show you around the watch itself. Side by side, they're about the same in terms of thickness levels. Both are very slim and both comes at very similar colors. So this is what you get for the LS02. Of course, at the back here, we also get a slightly thicker strap. It is 22mm strap, but as you can see, we do have these latches as well, so very easy to swap them out. Alright, so after using both smartwatches for a couple of weeks as well as months, I must say that the experience on both are actually very similar. They run on exactly the same software. So let me just show it to you guys very quickly. So on the left, if you just swipe it this way, you'll see that it is a bit of a different in terms of the design. The LS02 obviously has a square display, so the design is like this, whereas the Solar has this round, really cool graphics going on here. It really depends on which you like, but that is the only part that is different. If you swipe across a little bit more, you see that they have the same heart rate UI over here. Moving onwards to the right, you get this sleep information. So in one sense, the round face actually suits the UI better on the Solar because it just looks a bit more suitable for the display. But yeah, both actually provide very good information all on the watch itself. So moving on, we do get our weather widget here, which is of course very useful. It's very nice graphics, very clearly stated out here. And if we move once more, there we have the breathing exercise. So like I said, very similar. It's almost one-to-one in terms of the software in the watches here. Alright, so pulling down from the top, we do get the what they call it, the control center. And because the Solar actually has a slightly larger display, you have more information at the top. It comes with your date, your time, and your day, as well as the battery life. So very good stuff there from the Solar. So actually, in terms of the display itself, you notice that information actually shows up pretty well. A bit more better, I would say, on the Haylou Solar because of that slightly larger screen estate. Alright, so moving downwards, this is where you get into your list of applications, and because the LS02 here is slightly newer, we get some refreshed graphics over here compared to the Solar, sorry. This has a slightly older kind of design. So let me see if I can show it to you guys more clearer here. Notice that it looks very similar to the LS02, but there's a bit of a UI change, just a bit more nicer and cleaner on the LS02. Alright, so one thing that you guys need to know about both watches is mainly about the notifications, because if you're going to buy these watches, chances are you just want to track a couple of your activities, see your notifications on your watch. So that is a very important point, and I'm going to show you a couple of notifications that I have right now. So the silly part about the Haylou's software is that you can't access your notifications like with a shortcut key. You have to go into the menu and slowly look for the what they call it, the notice. Yeah, notice. It's a bit of a broken English here, the notice part. And let me just go in for this as well and show you guys the difference. So notice here that the LS02 actually has a different way of seeing these notifications. It is a bit laggy in terms of the UI. Let me just show it to you right here, a bit closer up. So this is how it looks like on the LS02. Notice that the frame rate is very low. So if you're used to those high frame rate smartphones, this is definitely something that you won't appreciate, because the frame rate seems like it is only about like what, 15 or 30, but this is how your messages will look like on the LS02. So obviously we will not be able to see any kinds of emojis or pictures here. It is only text, and if you actually tap into this, you can see a bit more of the notification. Alright, so I have the exact same notification on the Haylou Solar. So let me show you how it looks like here. So let's just look for that notification. Alright, it's down here. And we do have a little icon at the top here for the Solar. And these are the notifications that we have. So let me just choose the same one for you to see. So it looks something like this. So notice that the fonts on the Solar is actually a little bit tinier, I would say, compared to the LS02. Let me put both up so you can see side by side. Oh my goodness, this low frame rate is a bit difficult. Yeah, so this is how the notifications will look like on both smartwatches. Alright, let me know which you actually prefer. Would you like to see more text, or would you like to see a larger text? Yep. Okay, that's pretty much the differences and everything that we have in the smartwatches. One thing to note is that these smartwatches still don't have GPS built in, so you'll have to rely on your smartphone to do your activity tracking. So let me just show it to you very quickly how this happens. Basically, all you need to do is go into the Haylou app, go into the sports mode, and then hit the go button, and it will sync with your watch.
2, 1.
And there you go. So basically, like I said, just go into the app and it will sync with your watch. It is very responsive. That's actually pretty surprising. Very responsive for this kind of value of pricing that I'm getting here. So let me just quit that activity first. Okay, we're done with that. Yeah, so no GPS on both smartwatches, but otherwise I would say that these are very good entry-level smartwatches if you're buying your first smartwatch. And like I said, the price is very good. You get a decent heart rate tracking. It tracks your steps very accurately as well. And last but not least, it can be used to see your notifications as well as your call alerts. Yep. Alright, so that's pretty much it for these smartwatches. Let me just, for the final shot, let me show you how it looks like on my wrist. Let me just remove this Mi Band for now. Alright, so I know this really looks like the, what do you call it? The Apple Watch. So this is how it looks like on my wrist. There you go, very nice actually. Woo. I really like this design, although it's very similar to the Apple Watch, but it's very simplistic. It looks classy and yeah, minimalist, I would say. Okay, now let me try the Haylou Solar on for you guys, so you can have a look and have an idea of how this looks like. So the straps are not as good as the quality on the one of the LS02. These straps, like I said, this is an older device right here, so the straps feels a bit cheap. Alright, so at the end of the day, which should you buy? Okay, so let's put it this way. The Haylou LS02 here is the newer watch. So it does comes with this very nice display. It is slightly more clearer than the one on the Haylou Solar. Like if you look from it like really close up, you notice that there is some kind of pixelation going on with the display on the Haylou Solar. But the LS02 has such a great display that it kind of looks like an AMOLED panel, although it's just an LCD panel. So better display on the LS02. Apart from that, if you flip it to the back, you'll notice that the sensors array are slightly different on the LS02 as well. So in terms of accuracy, I would expect it to be slightly more accurate on the LS02. Like I did realize that sometimes when I pick up the Haylou Solar, I noticed that it started to track the heart rate for some weird reason, even though it was not on my wrist yet. So in terms of heart rate accuracy, I would give the win to the LS02 as well, which is the newer device here. But at the end of the day, if you just want something that is going to show you your notifications or just like track some basic steps and all that, you can consider the Haylou Solar as well. But yeah, just bear in mind that both smartwatches actually track a very similar set of activities, just some walks, your runs, your you know, those kind of cycling, those very basic stuff. It won't track your swimming activities, but yeah, pretty much that. Okay, one final thing that you need to know before making your purchase decision is the battery life. So obviously the Haylou Solar comes with a slightly better or bigger battery life, so to speak, and it will last slightly longer than the Haylou LS02. So for the LS02, you can expect it to last about slightly more than 1 week. I would say 2 weeks maybe for the LS02, depending on how many notifications you get. But for the Haylou Solar, this is also a very good battery life here, close to 3 weeks I would say on one single charge. Alright guys, I think that is pretty much it for this comparison. Once more, let me just show you guys the watches side by side. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. I'll try to answer every one of them if I can, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!